Welcome to Girl Talk. Thanks for tuning in and joining us today. We are excited to meet some new people today on our show, aren't we?
Some new faces.
Yeah,
Always.
Yeah, one of them is actually Corn Blooms of Madison, and these folks have been around for a really long time.
Since the 70s.
I remember when I was a kid in dance that we would go to Corn Blooms for certain shoes and things like that.
Did you?
And now they've moved. That whole new section of Hilldale's just fantastic.
It is.
I love that, just breathing such new life into that area.
It really is, and makes you feel like you're almost in a different place.
Absolutely.
It's a little bit more youthful, I think. I mean, we wore dresses from a store over there last week, and I just kind of feel like it's got a whole, it's like got a facelift.
It has a whole different vibe. I went there at night, and it was all lit up, and people were going to dinner, and it's packed at 7:30 in the evening, and I'm really excited.
It's like a little city center, like someone transported a piece of like a larger metropolitan area and just put it right here for us in
And what's
Madison.
the juice place over there?
Bowl of Heaven.
Bowl of
is over
Heaven,
there.
Have you guys been yet?
No.
Delicious.
I've heard Cafe Hollander is supposed to be
Yeah,
amazing.
from
Have you guys
Milwaukee
gone?
area.
I've been in, and it is huge and beautiful.
Wow,
It's very
did you
nice.
eat there?
Not yet.
Okay.
No, they were doing like a soft opening, so they were kind of doing like a practice run, I guess. But it was I snooped around.
You
of
almost have
course.
to go and just spend the day there and check everything
could,
out. I
certainly.
think I need to.
Yeah, you certainly could. It's a
Our
neat
girls at
place.
Gigi's are over there too.
The cupcake
Gigi's,
place.
I know. So go have your acai bowl and then sneak over and you can have a drink at Hollander and then you can go have a cupcake and go home feeling just perfect.
Really proud of you.
And then go to Orange Theory Fitness, please, because you're going to need to. But we're going to chat with them today. Adrienne Lee will be joining us to talk about some fitness things. So after you go have your drink and your cupcake and all that kind of stuff, you can work out.
There's so many temptations in fall that kind of derail us and get us, involved in entertaining and parties and all the holiday dining, and then also just kind of like cuddling on the couch and retreating from the cold
Oh,
air.
that's such a good point. That's all I want to do all of a sudden is like go home and put my jammies on and curl up underneath a blanket.
A blanket, yes.
I mean, my
I've
gosh.
been noticing that too.
Yes.
So with Orange Theory Fitness, they do group training, and how fantastic is that for so many reasons. You've got people waiting for you to show up, and
that accountability measure, definitely.
exactly. Yeah.
And then you can go home and put your jammies on afterwards.
Just sneak in that hour workout.
That's right. And then Joe will be joining us from Conant. We caught up with him a little bit earlier and talked about snow tires. So
Oh yeah, those can be a lifesaver in the winter, can't they?
yeah, and he does a neat thing where you can put your snow tires on and he'll store your summer tires for the winter.
Isn't that perfect? I mean, for ladies like me that are still in an apartment, I don't have a place to
That's
put tires.
been, like a constant issue for me is I don't know what to do with my other set of tires, and I'm trucking them, 2 hours to like a friend or a family's home to store them. And it's
Nope,
just-
he'll take care of all that for
I'll
you.
take care of all of that for you.
He just thinks of everything.
He does. He's a smart cookie.
Well, we'll take a break, but when we do come back, we'll chat with the ladies from Corn Blooms over at Hilldale. We'll be right back after this.
Hey folks, welcome back to Girl Talk. As you can see by our clothes, it's fall. Fall is here, it's a little chillier. And so the perfect time to talk about fall fashion and fall trends. Elise and I are joined by Kayla and Brenda from Corn Blooms, and we're so glad to have you. How are you?
We're good. Thank you for having us.
Good.
Great, thank you.
So glad to have you. So Corn Blooms has actually been around for a while, but I just kind of recently discovered it and fell in love with it. You moved to Hilldale. So let's talk a little bit about your recent move, your new location, and how that's all doing for you.
Well, our location is in the newly renovated area of Hilldale, specifically between Metcalf's Market and Sur La Table. We did have Brown House Designs design our store. They created a space where our customers can really relax and really enjoy the shopping experience.
Yeah, it's such a nice store.
Yeah.
It really is. Yeah.
It's open and bright. There's little alcoves for shopping and intimate spaces. They did a lot of modern and sophisticated touches with glass tile, geometric paneling, but then they made it warm with some natural barnwood and just all the colors. I think the favorite thing is our chairs.
Oh,
Absolutely.
yeah.
Love our chairs. They're so unique.
It's perfect for guys too when you're like getting drug along on this shopping trip. You know, you have a place to sit. I think that's important.
Absolutely.
Definitely.
Yeah, we kind of have that lounge area up front. It's just you can kind of just chill out and really enjoy
Right,
it.
they can sit there and check the sports, scores. No, I'm just teasing. But and then you guys moved. Did you move from Hilldale to a new Hilldale location, or were you somewhere else?
Yes, we were at the other end of Hilldale,
Okay.
down by Sundance.
Gotcha.
And we were down there for, gosh, many, many years. So
Perfect.
That new area is so chic. I
know.
love pulling into that strip in between. It's just kind of puts you in a different place.
it has a great vibe, doesn't it?
It
Yeah.
really does.
Yeah.
That's a great
I'm
location.
kind of like discovering all these stores. Like I said, I didn't even realize you were in Hilldale before. So it's kind of funny. Like now you're in this new spot with this beautiful new store, and it gives you the opportunity to kind of rediscover places or discover things you didn't know were there.
Absolutely.
Fun.
Well, I'm a newbie as well. I need to come check out your store ASAP. But can you tell me why people love your place so much?
Oh gosh, Madison, Kornblum's has been in Madison since the early 70s, so it's a staple.
Okay.
It's a locally owned business and just a favorite of so many people. It has just a great mix of casual and contemporary and sophisticated
Yeah.
products.
Well, judging by both how you look, I can tell.
Thank you.
Fabulous.
Thank you.
It's great fall, just like a place to shop for fall. I know things, I'm sure, change as the seasons change, but like just having popped in there, starting to think about freshening your wardrobe for another season. It's just perfect for me, for what I like to wear. But talk to us a little bit about kind of your typical customer. So who's really your Kornblum's customer, for folks watching?
Yeah, our customers include both men and women. We serve the local community of Madison, but we have a lot of shoppers from out of state, in the Midwest area, somebody who maybe visits their son or daughter at the UW and says, I always come to Kornblum's. We really serve a lot of different types of people. We serve professionals, we serve people with an active lifestyle, we serve a lot of travelers. It's really big, especially in January, people wanting to get out, but you maybe don't want to bring your heavy snow boots. So we have a lot of options for them too. It's fun because a lot of our shoppers come in, girlfriends come in together, moms and daughters, big families, and it's really just an experience for them.
With that wide range of clientele list, what all do you carry at Kornblum's?
Well, we have a lot of iconic brands, a lot of favorite brands that people love. Like Birkenstock, Fry, Dansko, Keen, Picolinos.
Pandora, too. Did you know that?
Yes,
we carry
yes.
Pandora, which we've recently kind of
Yeah.
learned more about.
Did you just discover
We
Pandora?
have, yeah.
It's a great line.
So that's great that you
great
guys have
line.
that too, yeah.
Yeah, we have accessories. We also have Brighton for accessories. We have Firefly and
Oh my gosh. That's jewelry, correct?
yes, it is.
Yes, it
Yes, it
Oh,
is.
I got a pair of Firefly earrings a few years ago
Did you?
for Christmas.
And you
Oh,
love
to
them.
die for.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh. Well, now you know where you can go get more.
I know.
That's
They're
really
a great
exciting.
gift item. Yeah.
You guys have lots of great gifts, lots of great things for your, go shop for yourself, get great gifts. We didn't even really crack the surface. Time goes so fast. We could just kind of got into it, but we got to go already. But these folks are over in the newly renovated area of Hilldale. Just a beautiful store, highly recommended. Get over there, Elise. Get your Firefly earrings. Brenda and Kayla, thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you very
We
much.
Thank you,
appreciate
Jessa.
it.
Thank you.
And we're going to be right back. We got lots more Girl Talk right after the break.
Welcome back to Girl Talk, everyone. We've been talking a little bit about it. It's fall, and it's here, and we
know.
can't escape that fact anymore. And here we all are all dressed in our fall outfits.
Yes.
And
We
I'm-
told Adrian to wear a dress today, but he didn't
Didn't get the
memo.
memo.
Dress and booties and stuff.
Next time,
But
next time.
he's here to help talk about something else that's really, really relevant when fall comes around. Staying active, and
Yes.
how to keep active and keep fit, even when it gets a little colder and we all kind of retreat to the indoors. So you're from Orange Theory. You're a head trainer. You're a head trainer there. So let's talk about, what you can do at Orange Theory Fitness that's like so different than an ordinary workout to help keep us fit.
Okay, so at Orange Theory Fitness, we call ourselves group personal trainers. So basically you're getting the training from what you would get from a personal trainer, but in a group setting. And there's a lot of advantages to that. First of all, the atmosphere is very motivating because you have people next to you working really hard too, but you also have that coach giving you that individual one-on-one attention the entire time.
Right.
So I think it's a really cool way of doing it. We have members who are really excited for each other, give each other high fives, and just cheer each other on, and it's a lot of fun.
Lots of camaraderie
Very
there.
motivating,
Yeah,
exactly.
like a little synergistic kind of experience.
Exactly.
High-fiving each other.
I
The
love
energy
it.
at Orange Theory is really great. And I was saying before we started, but I mean it, and I think it's a good compliment when somebody compliments you when you're not there. But a lot of people that I know have been working out at Orange Theory and had some just really great experiences and find it very motivating and energizing. And Adrian has been with us a couple times now. This is your second time on?
Second time,
yeah.
yes.
Okay, so you're like a regular now.
Yeah, pretty much.
But let's talk a little bit about, so as we kind of go into the holidays, and speaking to women too, of course, Girl Talk, about building lean muscle mass. So as we're kind of trying to trim down and building lean muscle mass, what's the best way to go about that? Because we're always worried about bulking up.
Yes, of course. So the best way to go about that is to incorporate endurance type of workout, which is what we do, along with some strength training, some endurance, or some power and some strength workouts too. So we will actually do half of our workouts on like treadmills and rowers and some more of the cardio equipment that you would normally use, but we will also incorporate weights. And as far as leaning down goes, not a lot of people realize this, but that lean muscle tissue will actually help you burn fat. So it actually helps you to lean down when you do build up
Isn't
that lean
that
muscle
crazy?
mass.
I've heard it's 50 extra calories in like an hour per
Exactly.
pound of muscle mass.
So the more
Exactly,
muscle you
yeah.
have, the more snacks you can eat.
Exactly.
Moral of the story.
Right.
If that's what makes you get in there and do it,
Everything
well,
in moderation. Yeah, yes.
I love the idea of the group too, because there's something to be said about knowing that there are familiar faces waiting for you to show up, or noticing that you didn't show up one day.
Exactly,
So
yes.
there's great value in that group atmosphere. So as Lauren was saying, as winter comes, we tend to retreat and we're not as active as usual. What's your solution to that?
So my biggest thing with the colder months is a lot of people are active during the summer, especially in Wisconsin. They're out running by the terrace or something like that, jogging around. But then when the cold season comes around, you know, it gets harder to be motivated to go outdoors and do your exercises.
It's dark, it's cold.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So a lot of people will turn to studios and other things that are indoors. And one way that we really like to help, especially like our running population, stuff like that, is that we do incorporate the treadmill, and we do a lot of speed work that you might not normally do if you're just jogging outside. So I think it is a really good option, especially during the cold months, to come in, keep staying fit, don't lose all the progress you made all summer, so that way when spring comes around again, you're ready to go.
It's always easier to maintain than to
God.
fall off that
Exactly.
wagon.
Pick yourself back up.
So
and
hard to
restart.
lose weight or get back into shape.
Exactly.
And
Yeah.
especially with a studio like Orange Theory Fitness, where there's just such a high level of energy, that's going to really help combat those kind of like dark, dreary days.
absolutely.
I think that's going to be perfect.
Yeah.
Do you have any other kind of fitness tips as we go into not only fall and winter, but the holiday season too?
Yes, the holiday season can be tough, and it's because you're meeting with your family, you're eating a lot of good food and stuff like that. My biggest thing is being realistic. You want to do everything in moderation. So I'm kind of a big proponent of the cheat meal every once in a while. And I think during
love
the
this
holiday
idea.
season, as long as you're being like really good with your diet and everything else, you can let yourself go on Christmas Day when you have your family around and you have those pies and everything else. But up to that, you really want to stay key on that diet and stay key with your fitness.
And I think that's great too, because when you have it in your head that, hey, I'm gonna let myself enjoy this Christmas meal, I'm gonna eat, you know, whatever I want, whether it be pumpkin pie or mashed potatoes, but just stay healthy, you know, all the weeks leading up to that, so that you don't feel guilty. You can feel
Exactly.
good about it when you actually go ahead and
Some
do
of
have
those
that cheat meal.
treats too are once a year treats.
Yeah,
Exactly.
exactly.
So
Yeah.
we gotta
So you gotta
enjoy
enjoy it too, but
Can we have a few
responsibly.
cheat days like Halloween, Thanksgiving, Christmas? There's a few in there that I really want.
Stay
Yeah.
here.
We're out of time,
As long as
Adrian.
they're spread out. Okay.
So,
that's
but
fine.
before we let you go, if people want to get involved real quick with Orange Theory, where do they go?
All they have to do is give us a call at the studio, set up an appointment. If you heard about us from your guys' show, you guys will get a free workout your first time.
Fabulous.
That's exciting.
Awesome. Just let us know.
All right, well, it's been great talking with you and getting all these great tips for fall and the holiday season. Thanks for joining us, Adrian. Adrian, once again, is from Orange Theory, and if you mentioned that you saw him on Girl Talk, you get for a free first class.
Exactly.
So great opportunity for you to give them a try this fall. And we will all be right back with more Girl Talk. Stay tuned.
Welcome back to Girl Talk. This is the segment you've been waiting for, and in perfect time for the winter weather, we have Joe Conant, who joins us from Conant Automotive. And thank you so much for joining us, Joe.
No problem at all.
We appreciate it, and we're very much looking forward to some very important information about regular tires versus snow tires. So we're going to jump into it in just a second. First, I think Janet has a confession to make.
Well, you'll be happy to hear it, Joe. You were right. A couple months ago, Joe told us to get a new battery, especially before winter, because you're going to get stranded.
Oh no.
It happened.
And I see where this is going.
Sure enough, Janet was running errands on a Saturday and gets back in the car and it won't go. And
Click, click.
click, click, exactly, the dreaded click, click. And it turned out it was a couple bad cells in my battery. Dad came, thanks Dad, to give me a jump start, but I did have to go get a new battery. So I'm feeling ready for winter. I have a new battery, I have new tires, I even got new windshield wipers.
Well, good.
So I'm set.
You're
So we're
set.
taking Joe's advice, which is good. And I'm glad you've got some new advice for us. So talk to us a little bit about the snow tires.
Well, the biggest difference on a snow tire versus a regular conventional tire, and I'll try to get this up here. This is a snow tire, and the biggest thing you can tell the difference between this and a regular conventional all-season radial is these things here. If you can see it on the TV, these are called sipes, and that's what actually grips the road as you're going, through snow, ice, whatever, rain. And if you can tell on this tire, there's basically none. This is a very, rated tire as far as traction, but this will actually get you going on ice, snow, everything. I mean, it's if you've ever driven on these on ice, you'd never not buy a set. I mean, it's a very common thing now.
You can almost feel the difference, can't you?
And you-
Oh
when you're
yes,
driving outside?
I don't have these on my car, so
The fact that it has
this
a
is
grip.
interesting. So these are almost like little rubber hairs.
Right,
almost.
and not this. This is just the molding process, but the slats or the.
Oh, that's what we're looking at. I don't know. That's the big difference
No,
I see.
that's why I brought them, so you guys
Yeah.
could really tell the difference. That there is what actually grips the road and
those little
grips the ice.
so it's
yeah,
okay.
and it's just like suction cups going
This is
down the
why I
road, and
need
will
Joe. I
actually
don't
grab.
know.
It'll actually
we
grab
all need
onto the ice. Versus this tire, which is, like I say, a fine all-season radial, and this will get the job done for 99% of your driving, but when it's icy or snow-covered roads, this is the tire you need. It's not an uncommon thing now for people to buy a set and put them on in the fall and then take them off in the spring.
That's what I was going to ask. So, what if you leave these on all year? I mean, are they as effective in the summer, or do you want
No,
to switch them?
it'll work in the summer, but when this tire reaches 50% of its life, it turns into this tire. So it'll be a safe tire, but it'll no longer be an ice and snow tire.
I see. So,
So
they switch more to save the tire for winter.
Right, and it's getting to be more and more common where people are doing this, and we offer a service where, as long as we sell them the tires, we'll take them off. Take off the snow tires in the spring, store them until
You'll store
winter.
them, too?
Yes.
Wow.
That's really
great.
nice of you.
Well,
Yeah.
it's a big hassle lugging 4 tires back home,
Yes.
keeping them in the garage that nobody has any room in anyways.
It is, but
And
that's a really
put them
nice
back on in the
service.
fall, and that way that tire will last probably 3 or possibly 4 seasons.
Are there different levels of snow tires? Are some better than others, or brands, or
They-
grips, or?
I'm very simple that way. Yeah, there is not very good ones out there, but as long as you keep with a name brand.
Okay.
Blizzak is, everybody associates Blizzak with snow tires, and yeah, they're a top performer. But this one, which is a Cooper, is just as good as a Blizzak. You don't need to spend crazy money on snow tires.
Okay. So now, talk to me a little bit about the price difference between snow tires and regular tires.
They're-
Is there a big difference?
They're relatively the same.
Okay.
They're relatively the same.
So why not do it?
Yeah, I mean, because you're taking off your regular tires in the winter, so you're saving them I mean, you're buying 2 sets of tires is going to last you. I mean, you understand where I'm going with this? I
Yeah,
mean,
absolutely.
money-wise, it's the same.
In the long haul, yeah, overall it's the same amount of money, and you're saving yourself potentially an accident or getting stuck or flipping your car or something.
No names.
Yeah, right, no, sorry.
Like I said on a previous episode, as far as that tire there will give you the false sense of security.
Yeah.
So don't think that you're going to be able to go through everything. That tire will get you stopped and started. The biggest thing, once you get rolling, you still have to stop.
Yeah.
And that's where that tire will help you.
They give you a little bit better grip. Is it a little softer type of, or is it just seem softer because of all those little cuts?
The compounds can be softer in this tire versus this tire, but the main thing is the cuts, you call it, or the sipes is what the term actually is. That's what gets you the traction.
Okay. So along the same, winterizing lines, so we know we need to get our winter tires, and you'll even store them for us. And we touched on this a little bit, but I want to bring it up again because now the snow is finally actually here. Well, not finally, but it's here. So give us some pointers, going into winter. If we haven't winterized our car yet, what are some major things that we need to do?
Well, the biggest thing, like she said, the battery.
Yeah.
That'll get you started.
Pun intended.
Pun intended.
Take it into a service shop or a service center, a dealer, anything. Have them check the antifreeze. Have them check all the fluids. That's the key to everything. The antifreeze and the fluids and the battery, and you will start all the time.
Okay. Antifreeze. Battery.
Yeah.
I should have brought a notepad. I know.
How do
I'll
you
watch
know
it back.
if you need a new battery or not? I mean,
Well, the
can you
service
tell?
center should tell you.
Okay.
And age also. A lot of times we see batteries that are 5, 6, 7 years old, and to me that's a little bit too old.
Pushing it.
I go with roughly 3 years
Okay.
on my personal batteries, even though it's a 72-month battery, which equates out to 5, 6 years, because it's cheaper to put in a battery during the day when I'm ready for it versus a Saturday or Sunday.
Oh, when you're
When
stuck
you're not ready.
somewhere in the
Right.
middle.
Batteries are inexpensive.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say
I know
cheap,
you
they're
mentioned that
inexpensive. I mean,
before.
what, $150? That is a lot of money, but
Save you
Comparatively,
some
yeah.
hassle down the road.
you don't have to mess around on a weekend to, I need a new battery and stop
Dad.
doing one thing and do
Call
that.
Dad.
So
Or call Joe. And the big takeaway that we always get from you is preventative maintenance is just so much less expensive than finding a problem and then fixing it. So whether it be battery or whether it be, saving yourself with some snow tires, this is the guy to go see, Joe Conan over at Conan Automotive. Thank you so much for joining
Thanks,
us and
guys.
always giving
Thank
us
you.
great tips and pointers.
nice to see you.
And thank you so much for watching. Thanks to our guests, and please join us next time here on Girl Talk.